50-50 test starts by deciding on how to split your traffic. Some people using WordPress would install a plugin for A/B testing. Some would sign up for a software service like Optimizely. Or if you have hardcore coding programming skills, you can go ahead and code it yourself. Your goal here is to publish 2 different site layouts. Then you send some of your visitors to layout 1 and some on layout 2. Next, create your key values. On your Google Ad Manager account, go to Inventory, Key Values. Name your key. You can say layout, for example, but you can name it any way you want. Display name is optional. For the value type, you can select predefined and include values in reporting. If you'd like this key value included in a custom dimension in your reports, then you can go ahead and select this, which means you will be able to see or add that KVP as a dimension in your report. Next, click on New Values. It will automatically save the key that you created. Then you need to enter the value here, 1 per line. You need to assign certain words or characters for each of your layout. For example, layout 1 will be cake and layout 2 will be ice cream. Or you can use planets, shapes, but don't use new. Because 2 years from now, if you decide to do another layout test, new will be new. And then a year later, it's going to be new, and we don't want that. In this example, we're going to use cake for layout 1 and pizza for layout 2. Once done, click on Save. You now have your key value pair created, and the next thing you need to do is generate your tags. You'll have to generate 2 sets of tags for your site layout, or you can just do 1 set and just change the key value. Let me show you how. So when you generate the tag, here's the page level targeting, and then select the key for your A/B test. In this case, we're going to use layout, and then you're going to have to do cake. In your header tag, if you notice, you have here the line set targeting. This is your key, and this is your value. When you deploy this header tag for your layout 1, you just copy it as is. For your layout 2, which is your pizza, then you go ahead and change this to pizza. This key value will act like the ID of your page. It then sends a report to Google Ad Manager providing data on how your ads are performing depending on which layout your users landed on. Next, you will have to create 2 sponsorship line items using AdSense. Let's first create a new order. Give your order a name. You can call it Layout Test AdSense, since we're using AdSense in this example. And then go ahead and add the advertiser or the ad network. Once done, click on Add Line Item. Select Display or Video, give it a name. We can call this layout_cake. Select Sponsorship for line item type. Enter all the ad sizes you'd like to target with this line item. Make sure you enable Same Advertiser exception. That allows multiple line items coming from the same advertiser to serve simultaneously on the same page load. Set your start time and your end time. And for the percentage, you only want to allocate 1 to 10% of your traffic. Remember, this is purely AdSense demand running on this test. Depending on how much risk you're willing to take, that's the percentage that you put in here. So let's say, for this one, I'll do 10%. This means you don't cannibalize the entire traffic that's running other demand like header bidding, ad exchange, or managed demand. So this is the only amount of traffic we're going to use for testing. Put in any rate here. This is not going to be relevant in this test because there is a separate set of metrics we will be looking at to evaluate the winner. Next, you can target specific ad units or inventory, but most importantly, you have to target your key value. Click on Custom Targeting, select Layout, and in this case, select Cake. Click Save. You will then have to upload the creative behind that line item for each size targeted. Then go to your AdSense account, create your ad units, generate the tag, which you will be uploading as your creative. Once that's done, create another line item, and this time, it's for your pizza or layout number 2. Same thing, select Sponsorship, target all the relevant sizes, set your start time and your end time, set your goal to 10% maximum percent of impression, and put in the rate, target your key value. In short, it's exactly the same process as how you did it on the cake layout line item, except that this time you're targeting the second KVP. So we put these line items running as sponsorship because we want them to have priority. But we're only allocating 10% of total impressions, which means your other demand partners running on your GAM account will continue to serve as normal on the rest of your traffic. The best way to do this as well is to just deploy the test on a single article of your site, instead of doing it on the entire or all pages. And what will happen is, these line items will only serve where these KVPs are deployed. Now, when you run your report, because we enabled this key value as a custom dimension earlier, you can add it as a dimension. So run the historical report, add it as your dimension, and focus on your CTR or click-through rate and your viewability, active view percent viewable impressions. Why not CPM? Why not RPM? Why CTR and why viewability? These advertisers see your layout in a way that they see how these ads perform. On their end, when they're getting good click-through rate and they're getting good viewability, they are most likely paying higher bids as well. So whichever layout, is it cake or pizza, has higher CTR and higher viewability, choose that as the